spectator mode. They do spectator mode, unless you want to be racing.
Hey man, I could use some racing right now.
Chris, just give it a few more minutes because we currently have 8 drivers and a couple missing from the last time.
Are we live?
Yep, we are live. Didn't want to waste any time.
Now, Zotal, seeing that a few moved up to T1, I mean T2,
Tier 2.
are there any new additions outside of those that dropped down?
Yeah, I would definitely have space for, I think, two more drivers for some Tier 3 action. So, for anyone that's watching and would like to join BrakeAway, definitely remember Tier 3 is an open lobby. Consists of, I think, 40 drivers. So, I guess that's why we've always had a race for Tier 3. So, 2 more seats available as San Hashira. Hoibo! Drivers still can't get in. Find. Okay, as we sort that out, it's my side, I think, though. Tier 3 is an open lobby. We've got 2 spaces, so if you feel like you are ready for some action, do bring yourself through. Oh, what the gentleman! What's going on with Tier 3? Apparently, we can't move, unfortunately, with only 8 drivers. So, are you able to host that, DX?
I should be able to host. Do you want me to start a lobby?
Yes, please. So you can exit this one as you wait. Do you have the T3 group, of course?
I do not.
You know, are you not included in the T3 group?
No. So it's gonna be tricky me hosting.
Okay, cool. Let's try changing hosts. That's what we're trying. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this group and add DUX. Yeah, how do I do that? I think this composer knows how to do these things. Okay, there you go. It's that one. Can I add a player? Nope. Members. Leave group, delete group. No. How do I add? Team members. There we go. I'm gonna add DUX. And then DUX is gonna create another view. And then invite those gentlemen. Okay, so I've just added you to it, DUX.
Okay.
Cool. So while we wait, ladies and gentlemen, DUX is gonna invite me to the lobby. And it's gonna create a group. I'll stay live while we wait for this invite. Well, I go through the rules for Tier 3. In gateway settings. Okay, let me know when you're done there, DUX. We'll just easily go through it. Apologies for the delay. It's going to be sheds for some of the drivers, hoping that will definitely be at 10 p.m. So, which gives us a couple of minutes rather, to
Zotal, where do I invite the entire group instead of friends?
Okay, so just go out.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out and go to accessibility.
Out of the
Yeah,
game.
out of the game, yeah. Out of the game,
Okay.
out of the game. And then you're gonna go to accessibility. So the first page you're gonna see is accessibility options. Press R1, EA music, press R1 again, and then disable crossplay. Disable crossplay.
Accessibility disable crossplay.
Yes.
Now, by accessibility, I see display, screen controllers, closed captions, and chat description.
Okay, cool. Let's go back out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, homepage.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to accessibility. Click on accessibility.
2 seconds. Homepage settings, right?
So your homepage, you go out like the first page when you're switching the game on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then go down to accessibility.
You'll excuse me, man. I'm new at this PS5.
Oh, well,
I'm on my home screen.
Yes. You excuse with your PS5, right? And then you go down to accessibility.
Down.
So what options are you seeing right now on your homepage?
On my homepage, I'm seeing my games, list of games, PlayStation Store.
No, in the game. So go into F122.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah, homepage in F122.
Sharp. Accessibility.
Yes, click on accessibility. R1 2 times. And then you see crossplay disabled. It needs to be disabled, yes. Now you can create now you can create a lobby and invite the gens. Including thyself.
Jeez.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Always the case. Always the case.
Invite only.
Yep, invites only. Just invite them. We'll deal with the settings while they join in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and invite me as well so that I can help you just setting up the lobby.
I'm inviting you. Oh, then groups. BrakeAway tier. Sharp. Invites out.
Okay, cool. Yep, we got the notification. We joined the group. We joined in session. DUX hosting, new host. We are in, and we're gonna be on our spectator mode. Okay, cool. Let's go through the settings. So, lobby options. It's gonna be car category. Is gonna be F1 cars, of course.
F1 cars. Car setup full equal.
Yep, full equal.
Assists.
There's gonna be steering assist off. Brake assist high. Anti-lock brake on. Traction control high. Dynamic racing line full. Gearbox automatic. Pit assist on. Pit release on. ERS assist off. DRS assist off.
Okay.
Cool. Then we go to. Okay, assist obviously that's for me. We change the track. We go to Imola.
Where am I?
Track select. Got a track select. Imola.
Should be fine.
Cool. And then weekend structure is going to be race and sprint. One shot, medium, qualifying. That's okay. Cool. And then quick weather dynamic, session start random. Yeah, random, yeah. Random, and then forecast, that's fine, perfect. And then we go to rules and flags. So rules and flags, our rules and flags are on. Corner cutting strict. Park firmware rules are on. Pit stop immersive. Safety car is reduced. Safety car experience immersive, yes. Formation lap off. Okay.
Difficulty 0.
0, yes. realistic. Recovery mode none. Car damage is reduced. Hard is manual on. Surface on. I think we're good. Yeah, we sorted. We are sorted.
Okay.
So we've got a new host. Let me see if now I can invite. Agents that are still suffering. It's clear that I don't think the issues with my side, because let me just tell them that invites have been sent. I think we have to go, actually. We have to go. I should definitely not on our side. Crash.
Must tell him why.
Yep, I think let's go, man. Otherwise, we'll get load shit ourselves. We don't have enough time, right? So I think this is the norm of today at UX.
Yeah, no, 100%. And just to explain, we're on a sprint race format, right?
Yeah, 100%. So with tier 3, we'll give them one shot. Quali. First race is going to be a sprint.
Which determines the grid for the sprint.
Yep. And then the sprint results will determine the grid for the main race, which will be 16 laps.
100%.
Yep. So whoever's been accusing me on my network, I stay being accused. That's this thing of hosting is not for everyone, man. I get smacked for my when I don't experience any issues. Man. People need to sort their networks out, ladies and gentlemen. But we are live. No time wasted. Driver has decided to ready up without even putting a setup on. We'll have to see who that will be. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, Dux.
Yeah, a bit nervous though, hey? Haven't raced in a while. Last 2 races I've raced, I crashed out, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. And you'll get 2 opportunities tomorrow, as it's going to be reverse grid sprint format. What do you think it will be for the gentleman running up in front? Do you think it will be as easy as Django did it for the sprint race?
Look, man, I just hope there's a lot more people racing tomorrow, so it's not that easy for them.
It's not that easy, correct. I think full grid is a different story, right?
Yeah, we can't deny the talent that is Sihle, but if we're full grid, we're going to make it hard for him.
100%. Can't wait to see. Knowing Sihle, he'll take that as a challenge, but we will have to see what happens tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be reverse grid as well. Same format as tier 2 for tier 1. But right now, we are live with tier 3. So, what I normally do here is I don't really change the drivers. But right now, we are live with the next man on the line. As noting that's Anashira and offense, one of, rather, let me just put it that way. And that's contact the fire. So, we are live representing the hash. Another man showing raw pace, and I mean, knowing the gentleman from our goes wide. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't embellish it. Purple first sector. These gentlemen at tier 3 are not here for games, they're moving.
They're not, definitely not. And I mean, they all probably want to be in tier 2. Talking about context, I mean, he is probably disappointed he didn't get a call up.
Good,
He's ready to
good.
prove himself, yeah.
100%. I mean, I think he's been one of the fastest guys from the tier 3 perspective. He's currently sitting in P3 though. With Cole Baby, another fast man representing Alpha Romeo rather. For this race, we'll be gunning for the automatic qualifying spot. As a reminder, obviously top 3 automatic qualification to tier 2, and the race playoffs as Cole Baby posts a 118 flat with Liam posting a 118.2, and the rest of the grid forms up. One shot, that's a quick time for one shot, yeah?
Yeah, I know, that's a very quick time. Considering that you literally have it one shot, there's no space for mistakes. So well done to him, 118.
100%. Cole Baby P1, Liam P2, Context representing Has P3, Melly, teammate for the day. P4 Ngwali, P5, Oni Deshezi, P6, Mike Tyson, runs up P7, Venga in. And then like Dosi and I am Lip O. With DSQs, they'll be starting at the back for the 5 lapper, which is gonna be the sprint. Let's go. Mellow the Mellow asking if the Has driver of Context is running on the wheel. Hey man, never know with these gentlemen, huh? But judging from the way he took his laps, the weather, D-Wax.
Another tricky component here, eh? Pretty unpredictable weather. Looks like it's drizzling. Might be inters. Definitely not wet.
Definitely not wet yet. One wonders if it's going to be drizzling the whole race, but I don't think these gentlemen, noting that it will be 5 laps, will have to pit. Noting the drops as well of frame. Seems to be constant for my liking, but these gentlemen are not wasting any time. 5 laps, ladies and gentlemen, sprint race for tier 3. Let us go. And 4, 5 laps. We're gonna be seeing a delay, and we are off. Super start there by Context. Liam is side by side. He's setting it. Noting that the drivers have started on the soft as well. D-Wax, do you think the track is still not as wet as yet as Context goes wide? Ooh, has to avoid a lot of drama. Cole Bailey's putting the pressure. Liam seems to have had the better start on the soft compound tire and is in the lead. Goes a bit wide. Cole Bailey says, thank you very much. I'm going to go side by side. Will it be a clean overtake? Liam's, he goes a bit wide. Switcheroo for Cole Bailey, and he takes P1. D-Wax.
I don't know, hey, I think it's not too wet yet. That's why they're out on the soft.
Oh no, there's contact between Context and Liam. Liam spins. Oh, he'll be definitely angry about that as Context missed his braking zone and bumped. Liam, who dropped down now to P7, he will not be happy about that, and we get it, which means Saikosi, who has started at the back, has made up 7 positions and finds himself in P2. Nkwali has moved up into P3. Context comes back and takes the 3rd position. Action-packed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tier 3. Offensive says, damn, Liam. Oh, man, now that was pretty much unfortunate contact. And I think the stewards might have something to say there. But what a first lap there, D-Wax.
100%. And back to my comment, I think the track is not wet enough yet. And considering it's only 5 laps, these guys are supposed to go out on soft. It will be interesting to see if it gets a bit more wet.
100%. I think they seem to be comfortable. They will definitely be needing those soft compound tires to warm up as soon as possible. As there's contact there between Wandi Leshezi and Melly. I think Wandi Leshezi might have lost a bit of grip, but he's taken that position. Liam is trying to fight his way back. He goes on the outside of Melly. Late braking, but will take that position nice and clean. Takes it on the outside. He moves up now to P6. He will not obviously be happy about that. Has got some ground to make as we are on lap 2 of 5.
What's very interesting as well is Park Firma is on, and if you chose a low downforce, you'd probably be struggling in these conditions. So pretty interesting to see what the race weather will look like.
Nice point there by Diaz. Obviously, Falcom is on for the gentleman in Tier 3. So, Wandile Shays loses a bit of grip there. He's under pressure from Liam, representing the Williams right now. Wandile, I'm assuming he's just flicking red, obviously because of the weather conditions, not because of his ERS. You can see his ERS is nice and healthy. For anyone who's wondering what tire compound all the drivers are on, you should note that everyone's on softs in these tricky conditions, and so far so good. Everyone making it work here.
100%. Now the tricky part with these sprint races is, when do you take the risk? Do you risk spinning out and starting at the back, or going for pole?
Ooh, right. So that's actually a interesting point, right? You said it. It's called yellow flag. Wandile Shays has spun up. Was it him?
Looks like Psychosis had a moment there.
In P2 has spun out, and his car is naked once again under pressure now from Tyson. As Wandile Shays has also spun out, dropping down to P9, ladies and gentlemen. Drama. So seems like the conditions are not working very well for all of the drivers. Tyson will take his time behind Psychosis, who has got a broken wing. And we'll have to pit.
And this is the risk and reward I was talking about. You go all out, full out, and potentially start at the back because of a blunder like that, or as I speak, looks like Wandile Shays takes out Mike Tyson.
Oh no! As the both drivers now, Ty now has dropped 2 positions in P9. We didn't catch that action as we were live with Liam. Liam is making ground back. And he's putting the gentleman that spun him out under pressure. He's within less than a second, but it seems like DRS is not activated in these conditions, even though drivers are on the soft compound. Liam is now chasing contact. Zafia Ngwali finds himself in P2, taking it easy on his end, but Cole Baby, the race leader, sitting comfortably. 8 seconds already to us.
100%. But it looks like Ngwali has used most of his ERS. I mean, he's on 11% now. So he's definitely pushing for that P2 start.
100%. But the more he tells that ERS, the more contacts gains on him. I'm assuming it's a case of who's the cleaner driver now. And Ngwali is trying by all means necessary to defend that position with 1 lap to go. Contacts the 5, finds himself 1.3 seconds, and it's dropping by a 10th each turn they take. Can Ngwali defend this position, ladies and gentlemen? We will see how it goes. Yeah, coming in hot from a nice from contact, says offensive. By the way, is a former Tier 3 driver, has recently been promoted to Tier 2. Unfortunately missed today's race, I'm assuming because of the sheds. Contact device closing the gap. Liam will obviously have something to say about that in the stewards / mafia office, as the BrakeAway drivers refer. But we'll see.
There's only one driver who refers it to the mafia, and I'm afraid he's the Christian Horner of Tier 1.
100% as we jump live with I Am Aleppo. He's putting the pressure on Melly, but seems to be struggling a bit there for traction. Psychosis has decided to send it with a broken ring. He's comfortable in P7. Decided not to pit, noting obviously the track positions as DRS is activated a bit too late for the drivers like Contact the Fire, who's now almost less than half a second. Well, he makes that less than half a second, does a purple sector 2, then gets a 3-second penalty. Will he be able to catch? Ngwali is holding it down to us.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just curious as how Wenger got 9 seconds already in 5 laps. It's going to be a long race for him.
100% Cole Baby takes P1. Nkwali manages to defend for P2. Valuable points for him. Context of 5 finishes P3. Liam takes the fastest lap as well. Melly takes P5. I am Lippo close by, less than 2 tenths behind. Melly finishes P6. Psychosi 7 and Wenger in runs off. Well, we can forget about that. As Wandile says, he takes the last point from him. Finishes in P8. Very in P9 and Ty, who had an incident with Wandile Shares, he finishes P10. Looking forward to the race, ladies and gentlemen. Sprint race already with some action there.
Look, I tell you what, the Spurs are definitely going to have a busy day just from this sprint.
100%. Cole Baby takes 8 points. Nkwali finishes P2. 7 context. P6. Yeah. Liam P4. Melly P5. I am Lipo. Or Lipo, as one might put it. Finishes P6 with 3 points. Psychosi, the French Phenom, finishes P7. Wandile Shazy P8. Wenger in 9. And Tyson runs out the points. It's going to be an interesting race. 16 laps of drama. As they stand, everyone gets a point. But will everyone finish, D-Wax?
Very, very good question.
Let's wait and see.
I'm actually very impressed with these guys. I struggle personally a lot with the sharp right-hander just before the chicane uphill. I usually spin a lot there.
Dude, I
and
think
no one has
also
spun.
it becomes tricky in Imola, right? Because you think maybe you just might be running a fast wing. You try and ink it like, oh, look at the weather. It's even worse.
It's wet.
It's wet now, as I was raising that point. So you try and increase your downforce. And you're just slower than everyone. So which one works, DUX? Because I'm also confused.
I'm not sure, hey? With Park Faber on, these guys would have put on very, very high speed, meaning low downforce, and now it's going to play a game. So perhaps something to watch out for tomorrow as well.
100% weather conditions. It's tricky now. Everyone seems to be on red tires, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are on. Cole Baby obviously starting the race up in front. Will start and takes and sends it. Of course, everyone's on wet context. Moves into P2. He's side by side. Is he taking the lead from Cole Baby? Yes, he does. Nkwali remains in P3. Liam follows in P4. Psychosi side by side with I am Lippo. There's contact as Psychosi remains in P5. But unfortunately for Lippo, he goes down. Why did they say he takes that position as Psychosi goes wide? Many P7. Wenger in remains in P8. Tyson has gained the position. I am Lippo after that spin has got some ground to make conditions very tricky, D-Rex.
Very, very, very tricky. These guys are struggling out there, and I can imagine they'll be struggling for traction and making point.
Oh my goodness. Already contact, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the mere fact that no one is DNF as loses a bit of traction, manages to hold it down. One of the shades is 6 tenths behind him. If there's one thing I don't risk for, it's wet conditions. Wet conditions.
Not on this track.
Definitely.
Track.
100%. As Mr. Haas driver, who is seeking comments and says contact bias representing the Haas, but he's under pressure from none other than someone obviously who's in contrast with the current weather conditions and how they Cole Baby. 5 tenths behind. Contact the fire. Tricky conditions to overtake him because you're working with no DRS. You are so dependent on your ERS,
Not only that, but also your straight line speed, because there's only 1 or 2 places to overtake if someone doesn't make a mistake. So definitely, the careful driver will definitely overtake here.
100%. Looking at Liam's live, as we have a yellow flag, the first driver to DNF is Psychosi, and we got, I'm assuming that's a virtual safety car. One thing to take note of for tomorrow as well. We haven't seen a safety car. So many incidents in Tier 2, but no safety car.
100%. But something else to note is that it's on reduced. Or perhaps that's playing
fair
a
point,
factor in it.
fair point. That's a fair point. Well, all these drivers, as things stand, will be hoping that they don't get a drive-through penalty. As things stand, context sitting P1, go baby, saying I'm not going to make it easy for you. P2, Ngwali remains in the podium positions. A very clean sprint race for him. Finds himself a P3. Yeah. Who's got a bone to bite with the race leader? Finds himself a P4. One of the shares a P5. Mainly P6. Mike Tyson. Followed by Ian Lipper, who's his teammate for the day. Bringing in finds himself in P9. And Saitoshi, who's the only driver to be in it, has basically dropped his points as it's race on to us.
100%. I'm quite impressed with Mkwali's weekend so far. I mean, solid appearance in the sprint, but now he's in the podium position.
100%. All he has to do is keep it consistent for him. Like 3 of 16, ladies and gentlemen. Liam definitely will have something to say about it. Again, looking at Liam's alive, I think he might be one of the drivers that are running a very low wing there, because I think in terms of corners he seems to struggle a bit, and he's taking it very easy bites, cutting the straight line speed. He cuts that time much faster as he misses that apex.
Look, man, there's a few things to consider in wet. One, it's your setup. Two, it's your confidence. If you don't have confidence in rain, that definitely chows your race pace.
Correct. That's true. As context goes wide there, and Cole Baby will cut that time by a couple of tenths. Now, within half a second. Again, confidence is key in the conditions. And for me, it's very low. Very low. I lock up in rain is the best. I don't know how many drivers I've hit.
Look, man, there's a quick solution to that. Switch it off.
Oh no, man. Oh hell no. We are not taking out of that. Liam, within 2 tenths now, we'll probably get the fastest lap. Ooh, look, there's a bit of traction. And when he says, look, I will gain some ground, ERS activated, Liam will be kicking himself there, but happy that he managed to hold the car. But that last podium position is something to fight for between the Alpine of Ngwali and Liam representing the Williams.
100%. And just looking at the position changes, looks like Wandile Shezi is the biggest winner there with 3.3 positions gained.
Ooh, as Liam goes on the wide side, outside, sorry, the 2X. Oh, but might have overshot that turn. And Gwali says, thank you very much, but straight line speed, as we were saying, 2X. But Gwali manages to position that car very well and says, let's go, sir. I'm not going to make that easy for you.
This defending reminds me of Shelby's defending in the previous race.
Oh, no, that was dope by Shelby.
But
correct.
Right on the money.
correct. It was proper defense for Shelby. Unfortunately, he didn't last very long because he got the new man who was from this year. That is Sanashira, who is a man who we know he just sends it, and he managed to send it and break both Shelby and Megs in that race, and managed to finish P4 in his debut main race, rather, I must say.
Yeah, no, very impressive by him. As we watch Liam again go for the overtake on the straight, his ERS is still at 100%. What do you think about that?
He's not utilizing it, and he calls it very late. I think he should have raised that ERS as he's catching. Will he have enough time to set it on the inside? Is that action packed? Will Gwali make it easy for him? They are side by side. Liam says no, but that brings Wandile Shezi now into question. Does he take? What did it look like? He lost a bit of traction. There might have been a network glitch, but Gwali will have to fight another lap. But for as long as this continues, ladies and gentlemen, the Cole Baby will find himself in P2, and Context of Fire open this gap. It's now 5 seconds from P3.
They're comfortable. I think what Liam needs to do is immediately after that last turn on the straight,
activate
put on his ERS.
Because we can see his straight line speed. He definitely has it, and it's on 100% as well. So The sooner he presses that ERS, the better it is for him. As most of the grid seems to be comfortable with you, right? Swani Lechezi, obviously, will be happy that Ngwali is holding the likes of Liam. He seems to be the fastest man on the track. As we look at the fastest, well, rather not, as the fastest lap is sitting with the race leader. That is Contact of Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, lap 5 of 16. Let's jump on board again with Liam as Contact of Fire stretches that lap. Cole Baby says no, so fight it. Activate that ERS, Liam. Activate that ERS, or is he scared he's gonna lose traction? Activate that ERS. He calls it late again.
I think he forgot. I genuinely think he forgot about it.
Oh my goodness.
And if you look at the ERS comparison to Ngwali, he's on 10%. So he's definitely winning that battle.
100%, but noting, of course, that he might be running a low downforce. Ngwali seems to be gaining a bit of time when it comes to the corner turns. It's now almost touching a second, 8 tenths now. The longer this goes, the more comfortable Ngwali gets. Cole Baby holds the fastest lap. Liam again will have some ground to make as he opens the gap from Wani Lesheze, but Ngwali is opening the gap to him as well. Not as close as it was on the previous laps. Got 10 left to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on the Imola sprint race. Now we're on the main race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Must say I'm also quite impressed with Vander's point tally. At this time in the sprint, he was at 9 penalties. Now he's on 3.
Improvement for Wenger in representing well. A car that's just not getting things done this season. Finds himself in P8. But we hope to have a better drive than some of the Mercedes drivers. To mention a few, the 2 Mercedes drivers, that is Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Bad race in Singapore yesterday. I hope and will manage to round up the points for today. But Tyson will have something to say. Healthy as well with his ERS. Currently finding it at 80%. As things stand, ladies and gentlemen, everyone is getting a point.
I wonder, there was a comment previously in Tier 2 saying someone pulling a Tyson. Is this what they mean? Are they talking about a steady P9, not bothering anyone?
Correct. Consistency, but I must say that's the old Tyson. I think we might notice Tyson spinning every now and then because he's not sitting back anymore. He's sending the car now. So that's a different Tyson. Maybe we might refer to it as the old Tyson. 100% Ngwali goes wide. Will this be an advantage for Liam? He is on the inside. Who's got the straight line speed? Ngwali will not make it easy for him. Oh, there's contact. There's a bit of contact, but Liam says, I'm going to take the inside line. But he goes wide. And Ngwali says, thank you very much. But Wadi Lesheze will take the inside line now. It's the battle between the two. Who's got the better traction? Wadi Lesheze says, thank you very much. ERS is activated 50%. Goes wide. Cuts some grass away conditions. That's not good. And the leader. The leader.
What in the Tier 3 is this?
Context of Fire has crashed out. And it's another virtual safety car. Where is this car? Lost traction. I think it was turn 4. What has just happened?
Compliment him, saying that he's having a clean race. He had opened a 2-3 second gap. All he needed to do was finish.
What is that by context? Cole Baby says, thank you very much. I'll take the lead. He already has a healthy lead from P2. That is Wally. Wandile says he finds himself in P3 now.
Definitely. Wandile took advantage of that slip from Liam and almost capitalized on Gwali as well.
Context will be kicking himself. We keep saying that he's a contender for shifting up into Tier 2. Definitely will. Oh! As Wandile shares his spins.
I think was there contact there, hey?
Was there contact with Liam?
From the back. Look, I'd give anything to be in that group chat right now. Just to hear what is going on in there.
Halfway through the Tier 3 race with 10 drivers, it's action-packed.
100%. Is this now a full safety or still a virtual?
Oh, it looks like it might be a full safety. Let's jump on board with... Yep, might be a full safety. Thanks to contact the fan who was leading this race. Now finds himself in... finds himself DNF'd. Kwali, I must say, I'm proud of him. Remains in P2. Melly now finds himself in P3. Wandile Shezi finds himself in P4. And agreed, might have been contact as Liam has just pit. And seems like it might have changed the wing.
It didn't seem like he changed the wing, eh? He went from wets to wets. Considering that the set of wets. So is that a good move?
Well, I was about to ask you. Wouldn't you rather push wets that already have pushed 9 laps in these conditions than bring out new ones? Or will he have the pace? But I mean, yeah, will he have the pace, enough pace? Noting that the first 2 laps, of course, will be tricky, as you'd want to have track temperature. I think I might be wrong. Let me hear what the viewers think. I think that was a wrong call by Liam. I think he should have stayed out. On the compound that he was
probably feeling a bit guilty for
delay there. Oh, correct. And he was like, you know what? Let me take that one for myself. Well,
I don't know. Hey, what do you think about this companionship where drivers bump you and they give you the place back? Do you
look.
Do that or let the stewards handle it?
I'm more one person for companion because lately my races have been nonsense, right? So if I know I've been nonsense, I normally let the driver go. I think it might have happened with a couple of drivers. It happened the last, I think in Canada. What's going on? Oh, looks like a glitch. Happened in Canada with Unebo, where I locked up and pushed him out of track. You know, under the safety car, I let him through. But I mean, it's okay as well not to let the drivers go through and let the stewards sort it out. But I don't know. I don't think it will sit well with me. Maybe for some other drivers they don't care. For me, I'd rather play fair.
Interesting.
How do you feel about it?
Look, man, I just think we don't intentionally go out to
press up, man. Yeah, correct.
And if I do, I think let the stewards sort it out.
Correct.
It's just unfortunate that some people don't report every incident and some report every incident. So there's never sort of like a consistency, if you get what I mean.
Correct. That's true. Or drivers forget recording, which is probably the most rookiest error that can happen at this day for a breakaway driver.
100%.
Well, let's jump on board with Liam. Interesting to note, I think Tyson as well. So relatively new with compounds and P8s. He is now behind BrakeAway. Key to note that he's quick enough. He'll have to be patient behind the likes of Vango and Lippo. I think Lippo's got pace. Probably conditions being a bit tricky for him. It's been roundabout consistent. Noting, of course, that he joined Tier 3 probably after a couple of races. Wandile Shezi finds himself in P4. Melly finds himself in P3. Gwali P2 and Cole Baby P1. I think I have the most DNFs all from leading positions. Context kicking himself. Oh my goodness, I'll be kicking myself too.
These things happen, man. It's going to be quite interesting to see now with the tire age being 9-lap-old tires versus the 1 and 2-lap tires of Liam and Tyson. To see the performance.
Correct. I think we might focus on Cole Baby and the note, of course, that in terms of pace, they might be the quickest drivers. Traction, Wandile Shezi manages to control it. Kwali struggles a bit. Melly says, let us go. right behind him, but Guali seems to have the straight line speed. Wandi Lachey has fallen back and is under pressure from Imola, who's going to take the outside line. Is it going to be a case of a... Decides to slow down. Liam falling a bit back there on the relatively new intermediate compounds and will seem to be struggling up again as it takes these corners. Falling a bit back. 9/10 now behind. As you want.
100%. He decided to pull out of that one, which is probably the safest option, considering everyone's getting points.
100%, but will it be a safe option for Liam, or will he be going for it? Noting, of course, that he's got the pace.
I think he'll definitely be going for it. I think pace-wise, he probably has got Iron Limpo on this track in these conditions, so he'll definitely go for it.
100%. In one lap, we already see a gap of 2.5 seconds from Cole Baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Wiley still holding it. Oh, he's on in P2.
100%, but he's under pressure now from Wandi Lachey, who just passed Melly.
100%.
So he's definitely going to be looking in his rear mirror.
100%. A mistake there for Melly, and Wandi Lachey says, thank you very much. I will take that position. Moves up into P3. Liam seems to be struggling on the new wet compound. Might have been a bad call again. Let's see what.
Look, he's gone past I Am Limbo. He'll look forward now to Melly, and then I guess that's when we'll tell if his decision was the right call or not.
100%. Jumping on board now with Wandi Lachey, who is getting for that P2 position. Cole Baby, who might say, hey, we can't even say he's comfortable because one mistake, it's curtains. We saw by context.
He'll be joining us in the comments here.
Oh my goodness, there's loses a bit of traction there. Just Wandi Lachey, but manages to hold it down. Wiley holding his own. Comfortable in P2, and he seems to be closing the gap to Cole Baby. Now within 2 seconds. Was it a case of an error there from Cole Baby? Has he lost the wing? What is going on? Or is he just taking it easy? He's slowing down.
I wonder if he has a problem.
His car seems to be intact. Or is he waiting for... What is going on? Does he want some race? He wants a race. What's going on? I don't get why he's slowing down.
No, probably just had a moment that he's getting faster as that gap increases to 1.7, 1.8.
Well, I think he's sitting comfortably. Wandi Lachey, he's probably the closest driver. Oh, Liam! Now his tires are doing the talking and makes easy, light work of Melly. Race on.
100%. Did we maybe not make the right comments up in commentary? I mean, those tires seem to be working now.
Well, he's got 2.1 seconds to play with. Let's just see at the end of the lap what the gap will be with Wandi Lachey. Wandi Lachey is noted, of course, as a driver with pace. So I think we'll get to compare it nice and clean. Or is it a case now of his tires being nice and warm enough for the conditions?
Definitely, but by the looks of it, he's making quite the impression. Wouldn't be shocked if he's just by a second by the end of this
lap.
lap.
100% already 1.4. Might have spoken too soon. As a commentator, he's making a break within almost DRS zone. Obviously noting there's no DRS in these conditions. He has cut the gap to within a second, ladies and gentlemen.
That's almost 2 seconds in half a lap.
He's sending it. Straight line speed, of course, is advantage against these drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, DRS is not activated yet. Wandi Lachey is closing on Wiley though, but Wiley's straight line speed is also ridiculous, I must say.
I think what's also helping Liam is the fight in front of him. If I was him, I'd just stay and try to be opportunistic.
Well, Right in front of him. Ngwali is saying, no, sir. I will not make this any easy for any driver. Ooh, as he loses a bit of traction, activates his ERS just to get out of the corner. There's contact between Wadili Stacey and Liam as he bumps him off track and takes that position.
This man is on the hunt.
Again now, the question of Stuart or letting the man pass again.
Just go, man. Just go. Give us the race.
100%. One of the things will not be happy with that contact as it pushed him a bit wide. Good work for the Stewards. As if there's already not much work. One of the says obviously will be fighting for that position. Cole Baby sitting nice and comfortably. Essentially asked if we waited for tomorrow. Can never be ready, sir. Especially if it's going to be these conditions we are seeing right now in front of us.
One thing about Sitley, he will build his driver's list. I mean, looks like he's fishing here for Viper in the comments. He is definitely looking at his development pipeline.
100%. Looking at the straight line speed of these two drivers, it might be a case of they both riding a very low wing. As Liam goes a bit wide, Wadile doesn't take that position. Liam manages to bring the car back on track. Oh. Section back, penultimate lap. Any drama you are actually predicting as one of the he goes wide now. Loses a bit of time there.
I definitely think Liam will go for it with those fresher tires and the aggressive driving. I see him pushing Gwali out if he has to.
Well, literally or what? Let's go.
Hey. Calculators already in the chats.
They are calculators. Let's jump on board and see the penalties. Wow, it's only banging in. Oh, you talking those calculators? See here, saying, well, if he is tomorrow, he's the champion already. The lead is crazy, I must say. But let's wait and see. It's a sprint and main race. The tier 1 drivers, it's the tier 1 will be put on the line tomorrow. I must say to you guys.
100%, we can't let this man do that. As we jump on board with Liam.
He activated at the right time this time around, to you guys.
And he goes on the outside.
Nkwali says no.
Here comes the aggression.
Nkwali says no. Nkwali defends. Oh my goodness. Nkwali says no, sir. Will not make that happen. No, I must say, Nkwali has managed to defend that T2 position so well. I mean, the drivers behind him have been good. I think he's used the conditions to his advantage, noticing that you can't overtake.
I mean, he placed his car on the inside there after just by turn 1. Meaning that if Liam was aggressive, he was going to be taken out.
Correct. I think the positioning of the car there was nice and clean. As he holds the inside line now, Liam seems to might just have the better exit. A bit of contact there, pushing while he's saying, move sir. As I am limbo gets a 3-second penalty. It's race on here. As we get the review of Liam is pushing it. But Kwali is defending the position. Liam is pushing him again. Is he taking the inside line? There's contact. More contact, ladies and gentlemen. Liam is fighting the position. Pushes the driver wide. No.
And as we go by, Cole Baby finishes the race in P1, ladies and gentlemen. Liam managed to take P2. I told you, this man will take P2.
But was that legal? Was that legal? Nkwali has dropped out to P4 after holding it down in P2, was pushed wide. Literally the last 2 corners. A bit of work there for the FIA, aka the Mafia. D-Wax.
Definitely. And the biggest winner there is definitely Wandile Shezi as he gets driver of the day. I mean, he's definitely P2 if Liam gets penalty.
Well, we are not talking penalty. Yeah, we're talking penalties for a couple of incidents. But let's wait and see what happens with the Mafia. Of course, this is dependent on the next driver posting. But what? Anyway, as things stand, let's not jump into conclusions. Cole Bailey, comfortable race, D-Wax. P1.
Yeah, P1 comfortable. Very fortunate that Zypher crashed out, but he took control of the race after that.
100%. Liam managed to move into P2 with rounding off for 23 points. Ungwali, overall points, finds himself in P3. Wani Leshezi, P4. A lot of debate with some driving there and incidents, but Melly finishes P5. I Am Lipo manages to finish P6. Context of foul, kicking himself for leading the race and crashing out. Rounds off in P7. Tyson runs off in P8, equal on points with Context of Fire. Wenger in manages to finish P9 with 4 points. And like Gosi, another man who DNF'd with 3 points on the table, rounds off the points position. What a race, DX.
What a race, what a race. Looking forward to tomorrow. And yeah, that's it from me tonight.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, join us tomorrow for some live action. It's Tier 1 reverse grid. If CK wins tomorrow, he takes the championship according to him. But as Istima Tier 1 has said, will that be an easy race? Well, it will be dependent on how many positions he makes tomorrow. Join us for Tier 1. It's been good. Tier 3 action for with myself and D-Wax. We'll catch all guys live tomorrow. Cheers.